Life is a journey that is always teaching, so always be prepared to take notes. See? Nice. Alright, so we saw a little clip about Africville, and I want to compare it to a little piece of history in Jamaica. There's a place in Jamaica known as Pinnacle, and in the 1940s, it had a whole collection of people like me, Rastafarians who were looking for independence from colonial times. There was a whole community. We had our school, we had our bakery, we had everything. And the government sent in the soldiers and the police to destroy Pinnacle. They burnt it to the ground. They killed a lot of Rastas. They dispersed our culture. Let me explain a little bit to you about Rastafari as a movement. Because, see, you introduced Bob Marley as an entertainer, musician, but one thing that people always forget is that he was a Rasta man. What is a Rasta man? A Rasta man, a Rastafarian, is someone who uplifts the image of Africa in this time and day, who also calls the name Haile Selassie I. Anyone ever heard that name? He is Rastafari. Rastafari is a name of a person, which is Haile Selassie I. If it is translated from Amharic, which is the national language of Ethiopia, to English, Rastafari means head creator. All right. So when we say Bob Marley was a Rasta man, it means that he was a freedom fighter. He was a rebel. Any rebels in the house? Yeah. Let me hear you say, bop, bop, bop. All right. I like this school. You guys have good vibes, good energy. All right. I hear a Jamaican. Okay, I hear a few Jamaicans. All right. Big up. Yeah, but Rastafari as a movement started in the ghettos of Jamaica. It started in the early 1930s. This is before Jamaica had independence. It was a call from the black man to say that we want to be free. We want to be able to think about Africa, to remember Africa in this time, because remember that they didn't want that. So sometimes when you hear, I don't like to make distinctions because black, white, Chinese, we are all the same blood. I am O positive. Is there anybody in here who is O positive? See? And we come from different, people think that we're different, but the same blood runs within our skin. Understand? Jano, my grandfather has given me a great opportunity to speak words of truth, to speak words of spirit. Because I think in this time, spirit is forgotten. No one wants to think about it. So when you see somebody hurting in the streets, the easiest thing for you to do is turn away from them instead of trying to help them. So that's why when you see somebody begging, the first thing you want to tell them is that no, you don't have any money, but maybe you do have $1 that could help them. The emotions in this world are sometimes forgotten to make us feel better. You guys understand what I mean by that? Sometimes you try not to be emotional because then you really have to deal with your emotions. Sometimes you try not to cry because then you really have to deal with why you're crying. So instead of crying, you laugh. But what I'm encouraging people to do is remember the spirit. And remember that we're all bits and pieces of each other. Because the same things that hurt you hurt me. And the same things that hurt me hurt somebody else. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. It doesn't matter the status of society that you find yourself in. People look at me as a celebrity. That's so strange. Because I'm just like you guys. There's nothing different. The only difference is that my grandfather has been put into the international spaces of the world and made into a superstar. But the truth is that he's a Rasta man. That once upon a time people used to spit on him and call him crazy. In the streets now, when you say a Rasta man, you probably think the same thing, that they're crazy. But we forget that those same Rasta people that you see in the street are just like Bob Marley. Are they not? So my journey, my mission right now is to educate people about Rastafari, about this mission that we are on, about this man, Haile Selassie I, who is a great leader of our time that history will not allow us to remember. My grandfather was a great man. He made great music. But I encourage you to read the words of his music. Listen to his music beyond just the music. Listen with your spirit to see what he was really trying to say. The whole world is singing reggae music. Do you know that reggae music is rebel music? It is music from the ghettos, from hurting people. So how come we all are able to identify? Because we are all hurting people at some point. True?
True.
I don't want to feel like I'm preaching. Do you guys feel like I'm preaching? Cool. Does anyone have any questions? Feel free. Yes, sis.
So now, like, what are you doing back here in Canada now? So what are you doing?
All right. Well, I just finished doing a documentary called Rasta, A Soul's Journey. And I've been traveling around the world for the past 4 or 5 years doing interviews with people in 8 different countries. We went to Ethiopia, Israel, South Africa, Jamaica, Canada, the UK, the US, and India to find out about the roots and the evolution of Rastafari around the world and how my grandfather helped to bring it everywhere. So the film has been showing at the RUM for the entire month of Black History, February, which is also my grandfather's birthday month. He was born on February the 6th. So this is a great opportunity because the RUM has never ever done anything like this before, to recognize Black History Month and to recognize it with some rebel soldiers like Rastafari. So times are changing. So this weekend we're closing the events off. On Saturday we'll be having African and Caribbean Cultural Heritage Day, where we're going to be showing the film and having conversations, activities with the kids. Enough niceness, like we say in Jamaica. Enough niceness. Yeah, so that's what brings me to Toronto for now. So we'll be at the RUM Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I know it's a little distance from here, but if your heart and your spirit calls you to, I really think it would be good for you to make the effort to try and see the film so you can learn a little bit more about Rastafari and who Bob Marley was beyond the music. We have time for one more question. All right.
When you're in Jamaica, did you meet any notable Rastas like Muta Maruka?
Muta is my friend. What are you talking about? Muta is my virgin. Yeah. More time me and Muta walk barefooted in the streets. You know, it's just because it's so cold here. No, I'm just joking. Just joking. So I give thanks and praise for the opportunity to come and speak to you all. And check out my website, rastaonline.ca. And hopefully we'll see you at the RUM this weekend.
As I'm sure you can appreciate, having Ms. Prendergast here is a very special opportunity. In just a moment, we're going to need to set up the cafeteria for lunch, but as there is a few minutes left of class, if you'd like to remain behind and come up to the pit to speak with Donisha, I think that would be fine in the next few moments. So thank you very much, especially to Jodelle Dixon for hosting the Black History Month assemblies. Thank you very much.